Good morning, Tuesday the 4th of March. That's not really a good liquidity chart, but we'll start with the long to short ratio because it is quite important to note that everyone is long in this dip. So the dip could definitely keep on dipping. So we're 60% long at the moment, and we got all the way up to basically 2.3 short longs to shorts in the market. So everyone's long in the dip, so the dip might keep on dipping, unfortunately, and we might actually see the full retrace target. We're currently underneath March on Bitcoin as well, so it's not looking great. If the daily candle can close back above, it will look way better, but we'll show better. We'll show you in a second. Yeah, this is not really filling me with a lot of hope. I need a better liquidity chart than CoinAnk. Let's just check that everything's showing fine. Everything is showing fine. Cool. So next liquidity, yeah, 100k, and then we've got some stuff below us at the 70 sort of 6 area that we talked about. Why is it lagging? It's lagging really hard. But yeah, we've got some stuff below us, like at 76, so in here, in this demand zone, and then now at 100k. Let's not go through trading that at the moment. Let's just go onto the charts like normal. And we'll switch this. Okay. Put that there. Cool. So yeah, let's start with Bitcoin. Yesterday, we did the stream and it was looking good. We had the pump, but I was actually looking the other way to retest levels lower. We had the first bounce at 89k, which was a first possible error. Actually, let's get a better chart. Let's get like Bybit or something, Binance. And yeah, I thought we were gonna go retest levels lower, but we're currently underneath March, which was the level that I least wanted to hold. If we regain this on the daily time frame, it'll be looking a lot better because we're just testing the low at the moment, and we haven't lost 84k on a daily close. But it does. It looks. It looks weak. This sell-off was really fast. This is a bullish engulfing daily candle, and yeah, we need to regain March to at least regain possibly some higher tests into 99k. If not, we're going to go and do 76 and possibly the full 71, 72k test at the moment. So we'll be watching that daily close quite intently because currently we are underneath March. So yeah, the trade that I did say that I was looking out for was the short of the yearly open. I didn't actually take it because I didn't have any orders set. And I wasn't looking at the chart at the exact time of the test because it was quite quick. But if anyone took that, congrats. It was a very quick 12% down move. And so yeah, I am looking for longs in this area, but it is looking quite weak, and so I would tell you guys to exercise caution and just use stops. I had a couple stops last night. One because I think I had a few orders set from ages ago, but we must have just wicked into it. It's not really a bad stop. It's more one of those like you had orders and then it just wicks into the orders. Uh, and then injective, and then I did see if I could try long Sui off the Stuba, but that has also been stopped. So a couple stops, couple positions filled. How about short now? On Bitcoin, it's not a bad idea. It's actually not a bad idea. One, because we're underneath March, I would. We also have had one 4 hour close, and this one's looking quite bearish at the 12 hour. And two, we have a lot of longs in the market. So I would say that from a technical perspective, on this Bitcoin chart, a short would be more probable to play out, especially as we are underneath March and we're underneath this level right here. Uh, However, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would be looking. Yeah, I mean that's made a new low. Come up here, retest. Right here is a bit of a precarious place to short because we've just had a big dump. It's almost like longing up here, being like, okay, I'm gonna long just when we get the first pullback. It's like longing right here. If I inverted it, you're like trying to short here. If we do the regain, then you're just so. But yeah, it's probably off a technical side, yeah. And then I would really want to wait for that daily candle to close. We'll see where this 12-hour one closes on the in 39 minutes on Bitcoin. So ETH's looking pretty dead in the doldrums. Uh, Gosh, that Auger just got sold back instantly and lower. Like it's obviously. Oh, what is going on this morning? Can you guys all hear me? Okay, is it just the stream that's lagging, or the like trading view? My Phantom wallet wants to connect. No, thank you. Let me just X some of these pages. Right, great. That's way better. What was I saying? Yeah, Soul's actually looking interesting. I was gonna say, I expected us to bar down after because this was just news about the reserve. It's not confirmed, so nothing has actually changed in the market. It's more just hot air, like when he got elected as president. So I did expect this to bar, but I think I expected some slightly more bullish holds at least initially. Solana will have a Stuber here that it will be inside, and it's also holding on to September. We have some quite a lot of support below, which I would relong as I longed like 127, 128. But yeah, it just there's now quite a lot of resistance above us, which was support when we were up here. It was looking like yeah, we got support here now. We got support, 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 and we've kind of just blown through most of it, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a bit of a precarious place to try and take a trade because it looks weak to long. You need to kind of wait for regains. However, we've just had a massive dump for short, so I mean, if this bearishly retests that, that would not be a bad short. For example, on ETH, the main one was there, but I expected it to at least hold and like do that if it wanted to go down. However, we did not get it, which is fine. Um, so yeah, that's ETH. ETH Bitcoin is obviously dumped to a new low, which is why alts are dying. We have a new low on ETH Bitcoin, even though it's completely giga bottomed on the weekly. And until this regains something on the weekly, it's gonna unfortunately keep going down, along with most other alts. So yeah, however, Sol on the weekly is still in the major accumulation zone. This swing's quite important. We're just being caught on this swing. We also have some wicks in down here. Some support around like 127 on this daily structure. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. This little pocket right here has proved good buys in the past. It proved a good buy on the 28th of Feb a few days ago. So I don't see why, unless it breaks this level on a daily close, that it shouldn't hold. It's still a bottom looky chart. bottom looking chart. The same with AVAX. However, trying to catch this knife is a little bit hard. I wouldn't advise against it, but it's something that I'm just keeping an eye on for sure. So the last time we came down into this Stuber pocket, or for example this swing, which was the base of the whole move, we did this on the demand zones. We did obviously the one big wick, and then we consolidated for a bit with like basically three tests in this area. So it could be the same. And yesterday I was saying this is still in a downtrend. This hasn't actually broken trend yet. It's just an area where you would want to try and look for a reversal. But yeah, it's still it's a little bit of a difficult place to take a trade in right now. Tau looks interesting. We're literally at the low. So for example on Tau, if you like the project and we did this big wick and we wicked into 235, but we wicked into sort of this area 288 to like 270. If on this big wick and the bounce up to 460, 490, you were like, oh, I wish I bought some of this project, you should be looking at possibly buying some on spot now if you like it. So it's not a bad place for spot. It could obviously go a little bit lower, like the whole market could, but I definitely think we are close to something, and we are actually at that bottom swing. So yeah, it's definitely looking interesting. A couple of things. Well, should we go over hype? Excuse me. Sorry, that's the damn cough. Yeah, so hype is another one that, if you like the project, it's actually in a decent spot to have a look at. I've got a 3x long on this now. Uh, I was scaling into it down as we went down here. And yeah, hopefully that holds. Interesting. I wonder if there's some hype coins that are gonna start popping off soon. Pepe is another one. So this daily chart looks very interesting to me. Right now, this daily candle currently is arcing the daily bands down, but we're still at major support from this like initial swing. We also have one more level below us, like around 50, 50 to 55. But we would really like sort of this sort of stuff to hold on the daily, and then it would be looking quite good. I mean, if you're not looking at some of these alts on the daily, I know it's quite. I don't want you guys to just, or like anyone for that matter, to just start like randomly marketing in trades. But if you're not looking at some of these daily charts and being like, "Ooh, I am interested," then I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, they could obviously do more if Bitcoin wants to fucking do 70k. They're gonna obviously dump, but if we were gonna have any semblance of like a little alt run or alt season, these sort of like bottom levels should at least be regained quickly. Like even if we were to like test really deep in here and then do that regain of this swing and then come up and do that regain and do that full test, that would be classic bottomy structure. With quite similar outlook on AVAX. Like the big dump and then the test and the regain. So yeah, definitely a couple of interesting things. ADA um, is actually holding up a lot better than other things. It was holding its yearly open yesterday, but it's currently underneath it. This could be another interesting thing if we get down to the 886. to possibly long at 6.5. But it's just something to keep an eye on. I'm not really going to set orders. I don't feel like setting orders actually in this area too much. If there's a tight invalidation, I always will, which is why I said I got stopped on a couple of things last night because the stops aren't that deep. But yeah, what are you guys looking at? And actually, I've got a couple of other things. So, Doge is in the stupid pocket, and I'm looking at render at least for a bounce up to March. So render on the daily. Let's get rid of this. We know it's in the stupid pocket. Render on the daily also looks like something that could be about to nearly reach its bottom. It's bullish on the daily, and we're coming down to the swing that literally led us to the whole run in November 2023. I haven't drawn the swing on just because the demand zone shows it quite nicely. And yeah, it's also looking quite near a bottom if we were to have some sort of reversal. Unfortunately, there's not really much evidence of it happening now. We're obviously testing, bearishly retesting levels, breaking floors and going lower, but there are some signs. There are some signs. So yeah, let's hope we get the one final breakdown, the big shorting selling candle, the big capitulation, and then everyone needs to flip short. There's too many longs in the market, unfortunately. Market smash it, bro. What, Ada? Should I pump your bags? Nah, your bags got pumped already. You had quite a nice opportunity to take some profit over here in like $1, you know, 10 to 15, just to like keep your liquidity flowing. So that doesn't look too bad. It kind of looks like Doge before, but Doge hasn't done the big pump. Do you know what I mean? Do you look similar? Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at some of what you guys are looking. We'll have a look at. Someone asked me to do something earlier. Tau. Oh, I didn't even. I did look at Tau, but I didn't do the Stuber on it. But I believe you that it's in the Stuber. I mean, yeah. Let's have a look at the macro Stuber quickly, because it will be all the way from down here to up here. Whoops, a little bit higher. Yeah, and it's just the retest of the wick. We're just filling the wick in. So you would expect it to bounce from a level. Grass, E-Gold, Ondo. Super tax makes DP on a pump like that so much harder. Right. I mean, you could sell it into Bitcoin. I guess you're still liable. If you've owned the ADA longer than a year, I believe that you're not liable for tax on it. But don't quote me on that. There's probably new regulations. I'm not, this is not financial advice. I need to just say that. If it's going on YouTube after. Yeah, that 24% is insane. Yeah, it's fucked me up as well, don't worry. Because I can't even say too much actually. I'm recording this. Right, let's look at grass and let's look at Ondo and let's look at E-Gold. Let's do these things. So this is holding up really well. It's currently underneath its yearly open and it's also broken this 4-hour low. So we made a new low. We're currently finding this as resistance. It would be an area for a short, or maybe even slightly higher. I guess we already. It's holding up really well compared to the other bit of the market though, and it's also step laddering from March. So I would be cautious trying to long this in March because it's in a micro downtrend, but however, it is still in an uptrend on the 4 hour. These lows are intact. That's been kind of tested. This has been tested. That's been that's being tested now. Ooh. I'm not sure. I don't like that. I would rather short that, but I'd rather short that back up here with a stop literally just above this swing to go and retest lower. Something like that, and then you could have your stop literally like just here, and then hopefully it does that. Maybe drops even into here. I think that would be the most likely. But however, it is an uptrend, so if you do get that short, just because it's broken structure from here, if you do get that short, it might just find support here or here. So don't like think it's gonna be the short, and it also could just slightly blow you out and then do it. Wait until I stop recording. Yeah, I just don't want it on YouTube if I'm talking about stuff like that. E Gold. I haven't actually looked at E Gold in ages. It's been here. It's been here and it's been chilling. So yeah, grass. I don't know. Grass trades a bit weird for me. Like some things they're just really nice to trade and you kind of just it feels easy. Grass is not one of them for me. Maybe I'm just a pleb. Maybe I'm just a pleb, guys. We'll actually also have a look at PopCat. There's a lot of things making new lows here, or some things in the stupid pocket. So, for example, Arve actually made a new low on the 4 hour, but PopCat's just about holding its low, coming up for the retest now. So eGold on the daily, we might have to go to the weekly on this one, guys. It's just made a new low. So that was the weekly level that you didn't want to lose. I guess it's more importantly that we're currently underneath that. We did get two closes above and then regained it on that pump, which was good. That was like the first sign of a bottom. We've since reversed that, and I guess we have a couple daily levels here, but I mean, you just need to look for holds. Hold March on the daily. Okay, that's the first step. Gain November, and then we're looking at some sort of hopefully a bottom structure. But until then, that candle doesn't look bullish, and that if it were to close here, the weekly or the 3 day and some daily closes underneath here, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look great, does it? It doesn't look great at all. If we're at least above if we're above November right now, or at least some of this stuff, November is really the one that you want to hold, and we just completely reversed the pump. So, from the more tradable side, just gain March and go. I mean, there is opportunity because we're losing March, for example, on Bitcoin, and for example on this to short. I'm just a little bit cautious about it in case we do like it'll be really quick and then the regain. I'm also already short on Bitcoin, but maybe I should be exposed to some sort of short on an altcoin, just as a hedge. Let's have a look at Link. Link's also under its Stuber, made a new low. We're still at sort of like bottomy areas though. Let's have a look at the daily quickly. Yeah, the daily close isn't looking great. The last one we got, which went to these levels, pinged back above the Q3 and closed above it. And then we got the pump to the previous weekly open. Bearishly retested it. It's going lower now. It's making a new low. I mean, the reason why I'm cautious to short anything here is just because like you should be looking for regains here and longs possibly. And obviously you should be looking for bearishly retests and shorts up here. I don't feel comfortable shorting anything down here. This 4-hour close might change my mind a bit though. It's looking quite weak. It's definitely looking a bit weak. So yeah, E-Gold, not a fan, Prab. I would. Are you spot or are you trying to trade this? Because if you're on spot, obviously don't sell any here. You're likely going to be selling the bottom or near the bottom. I would advise against shorting it now. It's a bit. I mean, it is losing that March. I mean, if we take these levels off, what can we say? We've got a high here and a low that's still intact with a higher low here, and we're actually holding this low right now. Something like a test of the lows and then a bearish retest up here would be a more comfortable short. What was the other one? Ondo. Thinking of a short on E-Gold. Yeah, I'll just be a little bit cautious, honestly. I'd be a little bit cautious. Ondo. Let's have a look at Ondo. So Ondo, yeah, Ondo is also making a new low after bearishly retesting this level. Um, a hold of August would be great, but it's not looking the most likely at the moment. This could wick into this band and then regain really easily, which is why I'm quite careful. This is why I'm quite cautious on shorts at the moment because if the market does look like it could do a little bit more down, but it might also be quite like a quick and then that. Yeah, that candle's bearishly engulfing, and this candle is making a new low, so it's not looking great at the moment. However, there's a lot of support below us. There is a lot of support below us on Ondo. And I think RWA will get cranking at some point. Do you use Coinly? I've heard of Coinly. I don't use it, but I probably should use it. It's free, isn't it? Not free for the automatic. Oh, okay. You can just manually put them in. Actually, that's a bit long though. But yeah, I think that's. Let's have a look at tier. Yeah, again, bearishly retested this level. It's holding its low though, for now. There's probably a Stuber in there. That didn't even break the high. That didn't even break the high, so there isn't a Stuber in there. Possibly one from there to there. Hmm. Coming up to some support here for a possible long. Yeesh. That's a big dump last night. Well, yesterday into today. Big dump. It's making a new low. World coin. That's just literally at the level. Look at that. It's at the level to hold. So this is looking bottomed, but I just don't. It's obviously looking very knife catchy at the moment. We need to wait for it to develop a little bit more. Looking very knife catchy at the moment, guys. It's automatically logged. You just don't get the HMRC filing reports without the sub. That's fine. Mm. But yeah, I think I'll stop my recording here. What shall I round it off with? Um, I'll just round it off with a regain of March would be good for potentially longs on Bitcoin. Right now, it's looking quite weak. It's looking like we're bearishly retesting this 4-hour low that we did on 26th of Feb at 4 p.m. And that is also the March level. So it's looking quite bearish right now. Let's see if we can get the daily close above uh, this swing. And March would be amazing. We are looking super bottomed on the oscillator, but the price action is still most definitely down. Um, I would take caution on both sides. To long, obviously we've got some stupid pocket longs that you can take possibly, and there's also some regains of levels that you could also take. High upsides, some things are out there like low lows. Some of these daily charts look bottom to watch. Render, Pepe, AVAX. But yeah, just I would be cautious with both shorting and longing here, unfortunately, if you're not in a position. Like, if you see a setup you like, obviously take it, have your stop in, don't risk too much. Personally, it's quite difficult right now if you haven't planned out a trade beforehand. So, for example, those Tau orders I had from ages ago, I also had actually some ETH orders. Let's have a look. So I had some ETH orders from like 2000 to about 280-ish. Some of them got hit, some of them didn't get hit. I should probably de-risk that trade. It's up 15%. Yeah, I'm going to de-risk it. At least just take out like 10% of my... A little bit more. But yeah, let me stop my recording and then yeah, we can just chat a bit.